actually continued resilience in the Indian market. The Bank Nifty is flat, down by 20 points. That's not adding up to much. The mid-cap also is in flat terrain, down about 23 points, the index. But the important point is that the advanced declines are not looking too bad. It's about one stock in the green for 1.3 stocks in the red. So it's not a very big difference, as you can see, between the red and the green lines. The Sensex and the Nifty are struggling a little more today with about 0.33% in terms of losses. But even that pales in comparison to what you saw across Asia. Maybe we want to pull up the Asian markets just once. Nikkei is not trading, but the other markets are. And there you're seeing slightly more red than you saw in India. Rather big cuts coming in Hang Seng, but even in Shanghai and more importantly Kospi, 1.5 percentage points in terms of losses. So clearly we have been saved the global blushes, but let us see for how long. We are seeing the impact on metal stocks, as Nigel explained. The CLSA note coming in, pushing all the metal stocks into sell, largely because of the slowdown that they are seeing in China. Well, do we have our guest with us? Yes, we do. Okay. We promised you a chat with the ITD Cementation Management, and here it is. That stock is now red after the company said that they are going to shoulder the Virinum Port's granite woes. That is, they're going to cart granite to that for the construction of that port. To discuss what this means in terms of the P&L, Prasad Patwardhan, CFO of ITD Cementation, joins us on the phone line. Mr. Patwardhan, how big an order is this, taking granite to the Virinum Port?
Lata, good morning. We are not involved in acquisition or acquiring the granite. We have received one order a few months back for construction of breakwater, which is about 300 plus crore orders. But the granite sourcing is not part of our scope.
Oh, I see. This 300 crore order, how much does it take your total order book to?
Our order book is close to 10,000 crores now.
10,000 crores. And this 300 crore order you will have to execute in the next 1 year in FY20 itself?
No, it's a bit longer than that, probably about 2 years.
In 2 years' time. All right. Quickly, besides this order, what about the rest of the business? What has been the order inflow in this fiscal year?
Well, in this...
Yes, Mr. Patwardhan.
4,500 crores.
No, you will have to repeat it, sir. What was the order inflow year to date and your order inflow last quarter?
Year to date, the order inflow has been about 4,500 crores. This comprises of one marine order at Udangudi, which is about 1,800 crores, a couple of airport orders, Trichy Airport and Pune Airport modernization. And some marine orders, one of which is what we spoke about earlier, the Vizinjam. We have got one more marine order in Andaman as well.
Okay.
So, and a couple of metro orders. And in addition to that, we are L1 on orders worth about 600 crores.
Right. Mr. Patwardhan, how does this compare with the previous years? 4,500 crores is still date. So in the previous year, same duration of time, what is the comparative number?
Previous year, the order inflow was about a little over 3,000 crores.
3,000 crores, all right.
So things are flowing better this year, you would say?
That's right. That's right.
And how is the next 6 months looking, or next 3 months order position? You're likely to build up on this record?
Well, we are hopeful of building up, but then with the local elections coming up, that we expect there might be a bit of a slowdown in new order inflows, especially from government companies.
Okay.
Are they coming? Sorry. Are they coming with comparable margins like last year? I think last year you were doing about 13%.
Well, we did about 13% last year, but this year, the order mix has changed a bit. The proportion of marine in our order book is down, and metro orders make up a large part of our order book.
Okay.
So there has been some moderation in our margins.
What about the execution pace of the Mumbai Metro order? How is that progressing along?
Mumbai Metro is progressing very well. In fact, till about October or November, about 10 or 12 kilometers of tunneling had been done in Mumbai. And of that, about 5 kilometers has been done in our project itself.
Okay, you'll have a lot of homemakers blessing you for that. We can tell you that you're putting up with a lot, Mr. Patwardhan. Finally, I wanted to know, for the longest time, we kept inviting you for the Namami Gange projects. Yes. Has anything shown up?
Not really, nothing much has shown up.
Okay. Let's hope some of that also gets bid out before the government seeks to renew its work permit. Thank you very much, Mr. Patwardhan, for joining us with those details. So that's a 300 crore order for construction of a part of the Vindjam port. Right. That's the new piece, but overall order book position is improving, is comfortable and improving.
All right, Lata, I think we should just take a look at the markets. Actually, we moved to the low point of the day. We were down around 35 points. Now we're down around 55 points. I think the Nifty Bank is now down suddenly around 100 points odd. SBI has moved to the low point of the day. So let's get the intraday chart out there. You have Bharti Airtel as well that suddenly moved low. So there is a bit of a sell-off. And even Mahindra & Mahindra, yesterday it was down 3.5%. Today it's moved to the low point of the day as well. That's down close to around 4% as we speak. So suddenly some bit of selling, additional selling has creeped in just in the last 20 minutes. Is there anything
like Dow Jones futures that has started trading now? They're coming to trade after a holiday, and maybe some curb rates from Europe that have come in. I mean, Asia was weak. We tried to be unruffled, but if it's going to be repeated as a pattern across the globe, then we may fall in pace. And in any case, I'm not terribly worried till we deeply go below 10,850 because we visited that point a couple of times.
Yeah, and in terms of what Lata is telling us, the Dow futures, that's going to be an important indicator because it's going to be opening up after a couple of days. Early this morning, it was down more than 200 points. Then there was a bit of a recovery. It was indicating only a 100-point downtick. As we speak, again, it's indicating nearly around a 195-point downtick. So that could be one of the reasons.